Hi, Mom. What are you doing today?
Providence Place, owned by the Sisters of Providence, an ideal rental setting for retirees to continue their active, independent lifestyles. We have bright 1- and 2-bedroom apartments, a magnificent chapel with daily mass, restaurant-style dining, and wellness and entertainment programs. Call for a tour, 413-534-9700.
Mom, call me when you're not so busy.
Coming up on this edition of Reel to Reel.
I'm Nick Morganelli. I'll take you inside this building and introduce you to a Catholic business that was established 125 years ago.
I'm Steve Kiltonic in Westfield, where St. Mary's Parish School is celebrating 125 years of Catholic education.
And celebrating Catholic Faith and Family Night at the Springfield Thunderbirds. It's all just ahead on Reel to Reel. Hello and welcome to Reel on this first weekend of February. Today we're coming to you from St. Mary Elementary School in Westfield as we mark the end of Catholic Schools Week. Steve Kiltonic will tell us all about this parish school that's celebrating its 125th anniversary coming up in the program. But first, with the closing of the local Legatus chapter came an opportunity to start a new Catholic business group. Owning and operating a business guided by one's Catholic values and virtues can be challenging. To support one another, business leaders here in Western Massachusetts have come together to form the Catholic Business Organization. Springfield Bishop William Byrne was the guest speaker at their inaugural meeting. Nick Morganelli tells us more.
In January, an inaugural meeting of the Catholic Business Organization began with a Mass celebrated by Bishop William Byrne. Monsignor Chris Connolly concelebrated. He offers spiritual direction to these local business leaders.
Bishop Byrne appointed me the chaplain of the Catholic Business Organization, which means once a month I will offer Mass for the group and be with them for their evenings. And then in the course of the month, if they have any spiritual needs.
Give us this day our daily bread.
John Dowd, a lifelong devout Catholic, is president of this new business group and is a good role model, continuing the legacy of Dowd Insurance Agencies, the oldest business of its kind in Massachusetts under continuous family ownership.
One of the pictures you've seen of my great-grandfather and grandfather sitting in their office with two women and a roll-top desk is the earliest that we could find. We started in an office building on the corner of High and Dwight Street in downtown Holyoke. I remember as a kid going to 96 Suffolk Street, the Sheehan Dowd building, with my father on Saturday mornings. We were there until we moved to 136 Suffolk Street, which was 1969.
And since 1991, they've been in the Whitney building here on Bobola Road.
My great-grandfather, over my shoulder, was 9 years old, I think, maybe even a little bit younger, when he first arrived.
Dowd Insurance is in its 5th generation of business, and since 1898, it's held strong to the Catholic principles that created it.
The Catholic faith was always very strong in the family, and I knew that because when the agency turned 100, I was doing research, and I actually, with the help of some people at the library, found the eulogy of my great-grandfather in St. Jerome's Church.
What's a good testament to his faith? All the notable attendees at his funeral.
There was a bishop there, and there was lots of clergy, and Mother Mary of Providence from the Sisters of Providence. The Catholic faith was central to his being.
John and his wife Linda have 3 children, and their family continues to grow with 2 grandchildren now. Sons Jack and Evan are now co-owners in the company, but they had to make that decision for themselves.
I went to Boston, got into insurance, cut my teeth a little bit. Originally my dad said, hey, give it a try. If you like it, there'll always be a spot here for you. But right now you're unhireable. So go have some fun, go do your thing, and we'll have a conversation in a few years if this is something you are serious about. As a family, we've always kind of had our morals and principles and our own values, and honestly, it's kind of transcended through the business. So it's nothing that we haven't known as kids growing up. It's just that's what you are. You're honest, you have integrity, and as you do that, business comes easy. People want to work with you, as my dad always says. So I'm lucky to have my brother here, my dad here. Doesn't really get much better than that.
And with grandkids in this Dowd family, maybe there's a hope for a 6th generation ownership.
For sure. But again, we won't be putting pressure on them. We'll just kind of see how it goes.
The mission of the CBO is to evangelize through learning and living one's Catholic faith.
Catholic Business Organization of Western Mass was founded on the premise of, as business leaders, we're dealing with many difficult, sometimes, decisions, and how do we incorporate our Catholic faith into running our businesses and it being an extension of everything we do, right, and how we live our lives.
The every other month gatherings end with a cocktail hour and dinner. The first meeting was graced with an address from Bishop Byrne as he told many stories of faith, including some humor, and encouraged these Catholic business leaders for a godly purpose.
Then you become another beacon, an extension of that light, a reflection of that light in the world.
We're actually talking to the bishop about helping us in a couple of different ways, spreading the word around the diocese through the pastors of the local church to try and encourage young business leaders to basically join the group.
The keynote speaker list is set through December, and membership inquiries are welcomed. Contact Buzz Travers at 413-262-6859.
Jesus, you are the way.
Wishing success in their businesses and this new organization. For Real to Real, I'm Nick Morganelli.
And again, if you are a Catholic business owner and would like more information on membership, contact John Dowd at 413-531-1467 or Buzz Travers at 413-262-6859. During a time when Catholic schools across the country are facing many challenges, St. Mary's Parish School here in Westfield is an example of a Catholic school that has stayed true to its values and mission for more than 125 years. Last year, the school celebrated this historic milestone. Steve Kiltonick has the story.
On September 17, 2023, a special Mass was held for St. Mary's Parish School for the celebration of its Quinquacentennial, or 125th year anniversary. Springfield Bishop William Byrne and Father John Salatino concelebrated the Mass with many faculty, students, and parents in attendance.
The sisters, when they founded these schools along with the pastors here, were setting an opportunity for the children to be able to achieve greatness. But a greatness not just in academics, but a greatness in faith.
The history of St. Mary's Parish School goes back to September 1898, when its doors were opened for the first time to 150 children taught by 5 Sisters of St. Joseph. St. Mary's pastor, Father James Donahue, and Springfield Bishop Thomas Bevan dedicated the brick school, which was constructed for $30,000. Enrollment expanded rapidly over the ensuing decades, and in 1915, a third floor was built to accommodate high school students. The school has withstood the test of time, surviving 6 wars, the Great Depression, 22 U.S. presidents, and many other historic events. While enrollment wavered over the years, St. Mary's has remained true to its faith-based mission, which has been a constant since the beginning.
There's a very good education that the kids receive, but also it's a Catholic education. Religion is taught every day. It's especially in a world today where it seems to be values are changing. We still teach the traditional Catholic values and teach them how to live the gospel.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Protect us, God, the whole day through, and everything we say and do. Thank you for our friends that care, and thank you for the food we share. Amen.
Anne Palanche is one in a long line of dedicated educators who have graced the halls and classrooms of St. Mary's throughout the decades. She spoke of the St. Mary difference.
I think for our school, it's just the atmosphere of community and true family, that we are blessed to have teachers who have given years of dedicated service to this school. We've put in the ability to share our faith and pray when times are needed. It's an environment that just mimics what we hope the kids experience at home.
She said St. Mary's traditional educational module integrates technology.
All the children from grades 2 to 8 have a Chromebook. It can be used in center time or for assignments. In addition, each classroom is equipped with a smart board, which is awesome for the teachers. All of those things are excellent resources, but again, never the end all.
The Sisters of St. Joseph were an integral part of the St. Mary's Elementary and High School for 117 years. During this time, 215 SSJs served as either principals or teachers. David Noonan was a student at St. Mary's from the 3rd grade until graduating from the high school in 1959.
One of the most amazing things about the Sisters of St. Joseph, commonly called the Josies, by the way, was the fact that we had the bare minimum, but we had quality. And they had the unique ability to, even though that we didn't have it all that the public systems had, they made us feel that we were fortunate to have what we did have. And they made your life feel that it was not only important to be related to God, but it was also important to be in service to God and the community.
Noonan went on to a long career in education as elementary school principal of Westfield's Moseley and Paper Mill schools. The last SSJ at the school, Sister Christine Lavoie, served as principal for 16 years.
St. Mary's was a wonderful experience for me. It sounds silly to say I loved every day, but I pretty much did love every day.
Sister Lavoie lived in the convent behind the church with 5 other sisters.
Even in the community of Sisters of St. Joseph, it was always a place where people loved to go. There was always support from the families. We had a wonderful PTO that did great things for the kids, raised a lot of money.
She worked closely with Father Brian McGrath for 12 years, implementing various programs.
Great administrator, very interested in our school.
In 2007, a pre-K program was added to the school for the very first time. Its founders, Father Brian McGrath and Sister Christine Lavoie, were honored in 2021 with a brand new pre-K sign.
We ended up with 3 preschool classes, a 3-year-old class and 2 4-year-old classes, and they are still very successful.
In 2021, Sister Lavoie received a Founders Award from the parish for her educational achievements and service. Jennifer Laurie Cordes began at St. Mary's as a 3rd grader in the 1970s.
My general experience here was that it was very positive. I wasn't a behavior problem. I had 36 in my class, but as a student, I saw them as my brothers and sisters because they were with me for 10 years. I wouldn't be who I am today without those relationships and friendships that I made here.
Her name is etched on one of the St. Elizabeth Ann Seton plaques.
The award was for students who demonstrated kindness and caring and compassion, all those nice traits that they teach us here.
Laurie Cordes went on to become a kindergarten teacher, then owner of her own business. She said having her faith instilled as a student prepared her for life's hardships.
It made me who I am, and it gave me the strength to get through some things in my life that would have been very challenging if I didn't have God with me.
She swallowed the hat before she froze.
Maggie Castanera attended St. Mary's schools from kindergarten through high school.
It was great. I loved it. I had 30 kids in my class. I still am friends with a lot of them. We're all like a close-knit community. I know everyone says that, but it's so true.
Her 1st grade teacher, Mrs. Karen Regan, was a great role model. Castanera returned to become a teacher in St. Mary's pre-K program.
I knew I wanted to come back, just that family feel and being able to educate children, but also in that loving environment where you're modeling all the values that I grew up with when I went to school here.
In addition to strong academics, St. Mary's offers many extracurricular activities such as middle school sports, a drama club, the National Junior Honor Society, and Wright Flight at nearby Barnes Airport. In addition, the PTO is bringing back traditions like the Mother-Son Gathering and the Father-Daughter Dance. Another tradition goes back generations. 8th grade students get to write their names on the walls going up to the 3rd floor attic. With strong leadership, a dedicated faculty, and the support of parents and alumni, St. Mary's Parish School has much to be thankful for.
It's a very special place. So we've got the community of the parish behind us, and we have the community of Westfield behind us too. So I think things look very good for our future.
Faith, family, and community, the three ingredients that set St. Mary's Parish School apart and 125 years strong. Bishop Byrne offered students this advice.
Be proud, be courageous, be Catholic.
For Real to Real, I'm Steve Kiltonic.
St. Mary's High School was founded in 1898, just a year after this parish school opened. We'll have highlights on the saints and their big anniversary celebration later on in this academic year. And still to come on Real to Real, we'll tell you all about how some generous parishioners came to the aid of the St. Mary's School community here, providing them with a new van. And it was a night to celebrate Catholic Faith and Family Night as part of Catholic Schools Week at the Springfield Thunderbirds. Carolee McGrath will tell us all about the action. It's all still to come on Real to Real. The Chalice of Salvation, your weekly spiritual connection. Take time out of your busy day and join us Sunday mornings at 10. This week we welcome Father William Turigny, pastor of St. Rose de Lima Parish in Chicopee, as together we celebrate the 5th Sunday in Ordinary Time. The Chalice of Salvation, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. right here on 22 News WWLP.
On our life's journey, as we seek purpose and connection, we are called to place our faith and trust in something greater than our own understanding. We are called by someone who already loves us and offers himself to us. Jesus Christ. His body, given daily. His blood, poured out for us. We never journey alone in life. Through the Eucharist, we encounter his real presence and others who share our faith. Together, we become one with him in his very flesh. And when we bring his presence out into the world, we can be light for others. This is the gospel call to make disciples of all nations, laying down our lives for others. The time is now to unite our hearts with his for the life of the world.
And now, here's a look at some upcoming events in the Diocese of Springfield. St. Mary's Parish in Longmeadow is hosting a screening of the film Silent Dignity, a collection of stories from men and women who served in Vietnam. This Emmy Award-winning documentary is about the warrior and what they faced. The 30-minute screening will be at St. Mary's Parish Center on Thursday, February 8th, beginning with an introduction at 6 p.m. Light refreshments will be served. Please contact the parish office at 567-3124 to reserve a seat. Seating is limited. What's love got to do with it? Everything. St. Mary's High School is holding a Valentine's Day wine and beer tasting. Bring your spouse, significant other, or besties on Saturday, February 10th from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. at St. Mary's High School in Westfield for this festive fundraiser. Tickets are $30 each or $50 for a couple and include local craft beer and wine tasting, mocktails, live music, small bites, and dessert, along with raffles and games at additional cost. Again, that's February 10th at St. Mary's High School in Westfield. Also on February 10th, St. Charles Parish in Pittsfield is hosting a father-daughter dance in the parish hall on Briggs Avenue. Admission for the fathers and father figures is $15, and daughters, of course, are free. The admission includes dessert, beverages, and a commemorative photo, and there will be raffle baskets on display with tickets available for purchase. You can get your tickets online by scanning the QR code on your screen and at any weekend mass, or by contacting the church office at 413-442-7470. Again, the dance is February 10th at 6:30 at St. Charles Parish Hall, Briggs Street in Pittsfield. Look for more events on our calendar page at iobserve.org. Catholic school students in the diocese have a daily need for transportation. Recently, St. Mary's here in Westfield received a second passenger van, all made possible through donations from the parish community. As they like to say, St. Mary's family. Late in 2023, the Smile Like Jack Memorial Fund, in memory of alumnus Jack O'Brien, who died nearly 2 years ago at age 20 in a snowmobile accident, helped provide this second passenger van for the Saints at St. Mary's High School.
Star and Michael O'Brien and Aaron O'Brien, the family of Jack, who tragically lost his life, heard that we were looking for a new van and wanted to help make that possible.
To honor Jack's legacy of working hard, loving the outdoors, and doing all things joyfully, this fund was created to bring smiles to the community. And the giving didn't stop there.
The van was wrapped by another St. Mary's family who actually wraps cars for NASCAR. It's called Squid Designs out of Russell, Mass. They're great people, and like they said, they wrapped both vans for us, and he did them in a day, which is amazing.
The ski team heading to Berkshire East for practice is appreciative of this blessing.
I love it so much. The heat works fantastic. It's so smooth. It gets us where we need to be. It doesn't break down, which is great. Unfortunately, the old one did. We have so much leg room for all of our legs with everybody in this van. And then skis, poles, and then the ski bag with our boots. Plenty of room, doesn't get in anybody's way at all. It's just so comfy in there. We absolutely love it so much, and we're so blessed to have it.
Coach Andy Lucier drives it often and knows how beneficial it is.
It makes our programs run a whole lot easier, not just for ski team getting to and from practices and to and from races, but also for other sports too, not having to coordinate or schedule buses and things like that and be kind of slaves to their schedule.
And it's a time saver.
Allows us to get the kids back earlier. They have homework and other things that they need to do, so having that extra time as a result of this flexibility is a value too.
So how does it handle?
It drives great. It really doesn't drive like a van. Quite frankly, it's like a big car.
The school now has 2 new vehicles. Last spring, Sarah Ford of Agawam gifted the school a van when brothers Scott, Chris, and Jeff, all alumni, stepped up to help. With the newly wrapped vans, teams ready to compete, St. Mary's is on the move.
They stand out so people know where we're coming from. And as they say, the Saints go marching in, they can see us coming down the road.
If you'd like to support St. Mary's High School or the Smile Like Jack Memorial Fund, you'll find the link on our website, iobserve.org. It was a sellout crowd last Saturday night at the Springfield Thunderbirds as the AHL team hosted Catholic Faith and Family Night, as well as a tribute to honor first responders. The evening kicked off with a pregame rally for youth. Carolee McGrath was there and has more for us now.
Psalm 33 pumped up the crowd at a rally before the Thunderbirds game last weekend, leading off with Old School Journey. The January 27th game was Catholic Faith and Family Night. The rally was an opportunity for middle and high school students to hear how Jesus is the team captain on and off the ice.
Catholic Schools Night here at the Thunderbirds game has been awesome, but to kick it off with this incredible rally with kids from Pope Francis, from St. Mary's, from all of our schools showing up with great music, Psalm 33, it was really a wonderful way to begin this totally fun night.
Two student athletes, Dylan Shea, who plays hockey at Pope Francis Prep in Springfield, and Lucas Morganelli, who plays basketball at St. Mary's High School in Westfield, spoke on the panel with the bishop about the importance of faith in sports.
The panel of these kids, these student athletes who are totally stark in academics and in sports, but also in faith and giving us all this powerful witness.
Winning is, of course, you want to win for Christ because ultimately the glory is for Him. And we've been blessed to have a really great season. We have some great players. We've been very successful, and I think all of it should be lifted up to Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a loud Thunderbirds welcome to Bishop Byrne.
AJ Gonsalves, known as the voice of the Pope Francis Cardinals, emceed the event. Gonsalves, who is the color commentator for Pope Francis Athletics, broadcast live from all of the games.
The way I got started in broadcasting overall, I think Jesus had something to do with it, you know what I mean? Getting a phone call from someone saying, hey, we want to give you a shot to broadcast something. And, it all worked out in the end, so I thank God for everything He did for me.
The diocesan youth leadership team ran the games and offered a personal witness.
There's such a community, there's such a love for Jesus amongst young people, and you just gotta find that community, and when you do, you're like, wow, what is this? I wanna be a part of this.
About 40 youth from all across the diocese were in attendance for the event, which was held on the concourse in the arena.
Any chance that we get to just spread Jesus and spread His love and show other people that they're not alone in the Catholic faith is just such a blessing, and I'm so glad to be a part of it, and that's what we did tonight.
And just to mix it up, the youth leaders held a sing-off, boys versus girls, and Bishop Byrne showed off his skills. From the pregame to game time, Catholic families packed the house, buying up more than 900 tickets. That's triple the amount they bought last year. St. Mary's Academy in Longmeadow performed the national anthem before the game. St. Joan of Arc School in Chicopee sang God Bless America, and St. Michael's Academy in Springfield sang Sweet Caroline at the end of the second period. And just before game time, Bishop Byrne dropped the puck. Not only was it Catholic Faith and Family Night, but a night to honor first responders and members of the military. So the teens did just that with Psalm 33, leading the singing of America the Beautiful to close out the rally. It was a pretty special night all around, and the Thunderbirds won, beating the Charlotte Checkers 6-1. Reporting for Reel to Reel in Springfield, I'm Carolee McGrath.
There are many more youth events planned in the coming months. And to learn more, we have a link for you at diospringfield.org. And for this week, that's Reel to Reel. We thank you so much for watching our program today, and thanks to everyone here at St. Mary's Parish School in Westfield for welcoming us. Be sure to follow the latest news of the Catholic Church both here in Western Massachusetts and around the world on our news and information site, iobserve.org. There you'll find stories by our Catholic Communications reporting team as well as our partners at our Sunday Visitor. That's iobserve.org. And you can also follow us on Facebook at Catholic Communications. I'll see you at this same time next week, right here on Reel to Reel, your window on the world around you. Have a great week.
Reel to Reel is a production of the Catholic Communications Corporation, funded in part by the annual Catholic Appeal, and the support of you, our faithful viewers.